afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of the Reich, Defender of the Fatherland, here to deliver into your ears another glorious episode. We shall be watching a 1 vs 1 on Stuart stuff, also hopefully the last one of the games I sort of had to do for the holidays, and of course we'll be returning to our regularly scheduled casting and all that as soon as I get back the day after this, which also today happens to be, well, when this will be shown, it will be my birthday. So, fun little fact there. We are seeing Kettenkrauts moving out left and right. A dual Kettenkraut start, by the way, from Piwavsky, fighting for the 21st Panther Division somewhere near the German border. Opposing him shall be Donbrasco, fighting forwards for the 3rd Armoured Division. The Armoured Division which suffered the heaviest losses throughout the Western campaign. 2 engineers turn up for Donbrasco with a rifleman squad on the way. Panzer Grenadier moving out for Piwavsky. Moving out in the Armies des Vaterlandes. And also a bit of a rush for victory points by Piwavsky. That's interesting. Normally higher ranking players will normally not go for that, but Piwavsky decides to do it just for the hell of it. Or some other reason. Securing the central point then. 2nd squad of Panzer Gunners moving up. Probably will be equipping, there we go, with the Gewehr 43. German semi-automatic rifle. After they managed to capture the Soviet SVT. And rather figure out how to do semi-automatic rifles, because they also had the Gewehr 41, but that was a bit rubbish. And rather than pulling in pretty aggressively on the west side, and they do spot the Kettenkraut. Panzers might be forced to pull in already from the point capping, which they probably shouldn't be doing. And we also see the doctrine already for Piwavsky. He's gone Luftwaffe within minutes, using it to quickly camouflage his Kettenkraut and move it to safety. Rather than going in for the Panzer Grenadiers, more Panzer Grenadiers moving in. Quickly overwhelming the rifleman right here. 1 Panzer Grenadier though down. Already minor losses for the 21st Panzer Division, having fought in Normandy, was pulled back. Reinforcement was later to be committed during Operation Nordwind, which was a follow-up campaign on the Ardennes, supposed to take advantage of all the forces being drawn in there to sort of push in through a bit further down. Did not do too well either, had a rather limited amount of armor, and some of the more fully together divisions you could muster with the 21st Panzer Division and the 6th SS. Gebirgsdivision Nord, which was considered not so much a mountain division. We do see a bit of fighting here, and the Panzers might find themselves first off already below half health, down to 2 men, and there we go, Piwavsky realizing this is the time to leg it, while other men are moving in to engage the riflemen. How will this ever go? Already quite a bit of fighting within the first few minutes of this match. Already several squads have been gravely wounded, and the Panzers win this one, but not without suffering a loss. Heinz being rather dead in this case. And for Donbrasco, we are seeing 3 rifleman squads out as of yet. Probably will be soon more out. We're losing ammunition. Kettenkraut getting a bit bold there. No buildings going on for Piwavsky. Just more Panzer Grenadiers. Immer mehr Panzer Grenadier. And of course I hope you had some happy holidays. You've gotten some nice gifts. Panzer is here though, getting assaulted, going to get pushed back, and flamethrowers pop up on the engineers and quickly light several Panzer Grenadiers on fire, and we are seeing a squad already down for Piwavsky. How horrid. How horrid. Point being secure there. What do you need? And Panzers are moving in there to sort of easily force off the engineers. So far, Piwavsky has managed to secure most of the map, although with losses like that, he might soon be forced to handle this slightly differently. Flamethrower engineers moving in against the Panzers, hoping to perhaps repeat the trick, and they could even gain veterans 1 if they gain another kill, but no! Suppressive fire from the Gewehr 43s, get them down and get them suppressed. And pinned, in fact. Quickly forcing retreat right there. We do see a Panther Grenadier force moving up to support the Gewehr 43s right there on the left-hand side, while the right-hand side ones are dealing with the engineers there, quickly dropping several of them, ending their lives. Rather than pushing in versus the Gewehr 43 equipped Panther Grenadiers, a note, Gewehr 43s basically caused them to fire faster, meaning they're going to be a bit more lethal overall. But oh dear, rather quickly 2 Panzer Grenadiers are down. And Rifleman here, in fact, could very quickly gain Veterans 1 there. In fact, 1 kill away from it. And there we go. Piwavsky realizing this is not a situation he can win, immediately retreats. And again, that's a good skill to have, knowing that sometimes there's nothing you can do. Retreat, save your men for another time, and then fight a better position or something like that. Generally try not to waste men. It's wasteful. And meanwhile, we are seeing Donbrasco quickly going for an armored car by the looks of things. Supply out going up. So we might be seeing the motor pool. Pushing on hard here with the riflemen. One squad moving on there. Could engage the Panther Grenadiers any second now. And there we go. Piwavsky does not seem to pay attention, leaving the crater right here, which could have provided him with some cover instead. Pulling up here to the car accident, which seems to have happened here. Clearly someone got a bit too much wine to drink. Got a bit overly excited. And there we go, a bit of a blow up there, not what we like to see. But nonetheless, forcing his way forwards with 2 Gewehr 43 squads. And a Kettenkraut went down, trying to harass, trying to go for a cut-off point. Bold, but also ultimately a bit in vain, because there was still this amount of territory. So, a bit silly in fact, and a bit of a waste of a good Kettenkraut. And already another loss, which Piwavsky should not be having too many of like that in the beginning. Sticky bombs are out, so clearly Donbrasco is preparing himself for armored cars, and in this case, I mean, this map is not necessarily the best one. There's not a lot of open territory. There's a lot of, urban territory, which rather means things like sticky bombs, Panther tracks and such are considerably more effective, because there's not much they can do to stay at distance. And there's a lot more ways to sort of sneak in on units. So that is something that should be remembered. And grenades are on the way. He's actually considerably upgrading his riflemen all of a sudden. He must be feeling a bit bold. He's actually doing that. And not going just for BARs instead, which could also deal these well with armored cars. Right here, though, he is getting bits around it. Veterans 1 up for 1 squad, although he might lose another one. But there we go. Piwavsky is actually retreating. More Panzer grenades moving in. Grenades halfway researched, but not quite in there yet. Not a lot of territory though for Piwavsky. All of a sudden the Americans still hold the advantage. And the fighting continues.
Grenades have arrived.
And there we go, grenades are up. Will he try for it? Might. Yes, but he has to be careful. There we go, Granate. But Piwavsky spots it and suffers very little. Though 2 more rifle squads are quick to push in. No doctrine as of yet for him, whereas of course we do know Piwavsky's got Luftwaffe. Kampfgruppe company going up. He will probably go for something else next. And of course he knows his opponent's got grenades, so he might figure he has some time to get something else rather than go straight for anti-tank half-tracks. Pushing up here, another engagement in the woods. We do see an attempt to grenade by Donbrasco, but not quite succeeding. And do you think see Veterans? Yes, indeed, Veterans on the way for one of the Gewehr 43 Panzer Grenadier squads. Could go for some offensive veterancy to increase accuracy and rate of fire overall. Come on, Piwavsky, upgrade. And there we go, Panzerjäger Command going down. While the Panzer Grenadiers themselves advance ever slowly, ever cautiously.
We are losing a sector.
Riflemen sneaking about, trying their best to keep the Panzer Grenadiers off guard. Well, Piwavsky's sort of hoping to maneuver himself in a way that's not going to get him grenaded and still push off the rifleman. Bit tricky, and ultimately he's forced away. Though we do see now considerably larger force moving in. He's also got the Panzerjäger Command, so he could consider getting some assault rifles up. Panzer Grenade quickly drops. Need to get away. There we go. Grenade goes off. No, never mind. More rifle moving in, and we do see the motor pool going up. Might also see an armored car any moment now, any minute, any second.
Losing ground out there.
Riflemen dying left and right. Grenades going off, and the Panzers do run off as well. I think one rifleman actually got killed there. No armored car though. Come on, Donbrasco. But let's go look at Piwavsky, who's got Luftwaffe troops ready to call in, and he's now getting armored cars. And the riflemen here are holding out nicely in heavy cover, while the Panther grenadiers have a lot less to hold in. And there we go, grenade! But they only retreat. Still, that's nice and gives him a chance to sort of fortify this area. And there we go, mines going down. Lovely, so these are mines. And there's, of course, the Kettenkrad spots it, in which case it's a bit pointless. On the other hand, if it doesn't, it can really do a lot of damage to the Panzer grenadiers. Defensive operations up as well, going to help in the longer run. And there we go, the first armor car rolling out. The same one which shall be in Company of Heroes 2. The lighter variant, which was actually later on replaced fully either with half-track variants or heavier variants, like the one that was sort of used for the Puma, because this one wasn't really great off-road. So fun little factor there. Panzer grenadiers though on the move. Engineers coming a bit under fire there, and we hear the first mine going off. Was it detonated actually? And there we go, first retreat. Armor car quickly pounces in. Opens up with its auto cannon, gets one engineer. Greyhound though rolling in. And spots the German one. Nice hit there. Looks like the German armor car's trying, and crashes into the factory, causing it to collapse. Helmut, have you been drinking? And there we go, damaged engine. Absolutely tragic. Piwavsky got a bit too bold there, and his first armor car resulted in an easy kill for the American Greyhound. With nothing to show for it, really, except a few dead engineers. And now Piwavsky is completely defenseless, except apparently a mine went off. He was able to, I think, detonate a mine close to the armored car, actually. That was nicely done there, I think, by Piwavsky. Not something you usually see. But might have just bought him enough time to actually get an anti-tank half-track out of there. And he's actually getting more armored cars. Now, who will need the Panther support command up very soon.
We are losing a sector.
Come on, Piwavsky, and there we go. Resources are being deducted, and there we go. Panzer support command up. Speeding things up a bit as well. Piwavsky is basically just going to be focusing on that. And in the meanwhile, more mines from our American friends. Wirbelwind's ready. Anti-tank half-track on the move. More mines going down. Every closed confine, every narrow route. Mined. Lovely. There you go. Spielwagen ready. Pushing up there with lots of Gewehr 43 equipped Panzers. Interesting enough, he's not bothered with a single assault rifle, which I think would actually have been of help to him if he had a mix of Gewehr 43s and Sturmgewehrs. Instead, he's gone only 4 Gewehr 43s. Which some Panzer Grenadier players just like to do.
We must protect our munitions from enemy advances.
Oh, mine goes off, killing several Panzer Grenadiers, and loses a squad with veterancy. That was not good at all. Definitely a victory right there for the Americans. Some fighting going on here. Anti-tank half-track finally ready. Armor car getting handed down by the other one. A few 50 caliber rounds being shot after it as well. Looks like the armor car might be hoping to lure out the Greyhound into the fire of the anti-tank half-track, but no. Looks like Donbrasco might be aware that something might be a bit amiss, and there we go. Hit, but does not disable it, allowing it to escape. And these Panzers rather realise they're in a bad spot and immediately retreat as well. Anti-tank half-track continues the hunt for the Greyhound. There we go, immobilised. Will need support though. But there we go, the Greyhound is in a bit of trouble now. Disabled somehow, though I'm not entirely sure of the mechanics of that one. And there we go, Greyhound is gone. Rifleman dead as well. Although looks like an anti-tank is up for Donbrasco, going to cause quite considerable harm for Piwavsky, and more mines down there. Absolutely great mining. He's really, really mining aggressively and thoroughly. That is good. Nice to see that indeed. Jolly good job there, Donbrasco.
Attention, the enemy advances.
Was ist los? Was ist los?
Forces there. No trigger center for Donbrasco. That would actually do good for him. Plus a medic station. And there we go, trigger center actually going up. Sandbags going up. This has some heavy cover to hold up against any German attacks. And the 21st Panzer Division. And there we go, mine actually goes off. Armor car took a nasty hit, damaged engine. Browning automatics pop up. Veteran sergeants out for the Panzer Grenadiers. Grenade goes off. And the Panzers will now gain veterans a bit faster, be a bit harder to suppress. Forced away there as well. And looks like Piwavsky was able to gain a bit of an advantage there, although most of this, he's not really holding a lot of the map. Luftwaffe troops have been called in to support. Probably not from a Luftwaffe field division, since at this stage though most of them have been disbanded, or well basically formed into Volksgrenadier divisions. I think with the exception of a few on the Eastern Front where they held out a bit longer, but that was about it.
We are ready for orders, sir.
Quickly repairing the armoured car there. Armoured car fire, and I think I heard another mine going off.
Luftwaffe ground forces have arrived and are now available for assignment.
Squad ready.
More reinforcements will be needed. Engineers preparing for an assault on the far left flank, rifling up for the right flank. Minor force in the centre. Of course, if Vasky can land one solid blow in one weaker spot, he could do a lot of damage. And the Kentrad went down, thus more or less losing him the ability to spot mines, unless of course he goes for an upgrade. We do see group seal up.
Go ahead, sir.
Armor car getting repaired. Panther is holding up here, might want to get on the other side. Just a suggestion, there we go though, a bit too late. The riflemen are streaming in. A horde. Another mine goes off right there. Riflemen moving in up close. And we have the seal.
The Yankees are
Riflemen are getting absolutely mutilated. Taking considerable damage in the process. Anti-tank gun though opens up on the armor car. Could result in the loss. And there we go. Panther Spielwagen kaput. Brewed up. That was a bit unfortunate, although now the anti-tank gun could risk getting overwhelmed.
Supply lines are broken. We have territory out of supply.
Luftwaffe ready to
Excellent
respond.
offensive men. Our skills are improving.
And Greyhound moves in. A second one. Not even armor skirted yet. Good thing there's not an anti-tank half-tank nearby to quickly immobilize it. Panther might actually get cut down right there. There we go, the armored skirts just appear in time and gets immobilized. Rather than moving in, will they recruit an anti-tank gun? Yes, there we go. This could actually be a problem. And oh dear, Piwavsky moved the anti-tank half-track in too close. Might have been a misclick, might have been an accident. Either way, that could be the end. Out of control anti-tank half-track, a loss for the 21st Panzer Division. Second armor car provides a bit of covering fire as the rest of the force retreats. And the Luftwaffe troops also hit a few mines themselves, being in a considerably less than combat ready state now. Another anti-tank, half-tank, mortar half-tank on the way as well. Piwavsky could also consider just going straight for a Panther 4 infantry support tank, just blasting his way through most of these things with a bit of clever maneuvering. And some poor fellow did not make it, lit on fire. And medic station actually going down for Donbrasco. That's actually a nice move, although again, placement of it is not the sort of best one. It's too far ahead. It should perhaps be a bit better up here, close to the front line, but not too easily accessible. I mean, essentially a Panther player could move and just fire at it.
He remains strong with 300 points.
Armor coming in.
We have eliminated the
Second
enemy
anti-tank,
once more.
half-track. And immobilizes the Greyhound. And we do see the mortar half-track as well firing. Minor fighting up here. Another mine goes off. Panther is here in a considerable amount of trouble. And there we go. The armored car went down to combine anti-tank, half-tank and mortar fire. At the same time, nice move up here on the right flank. We do also see a munitions point with an observation post on it. Probably use that to lay down more mines, grenades and sticky bombs. Nicely done actually by Donbrasco. And again, more mines. He's actually gone infantry since his infantry can lay down mines. And it is returned to Donbrasco against the Luftwaffe. He's not really using a lot of those command points. I think that's a bit of a waste. He should be pushing the advantage a bit harder, I think. And the medic station did get sorted out again, and not really the best positioning. Not the best positioning at all. And another rifleman squad on the way. You could also get another supplied upgrade if you wanted to.
Munitions point under
Looks
attack.
like Piwavsky is turning the tide again. With now more of a combined arms suite and mortars, anti-tank, half-tanks, infantry and whatnot. He is making solid progress against the American with a considerably smaller suite. And there we go. Panther is off the field, although the riflemen in return are taking quite active. And another mine goes off, killing a Panzer Grenadier. Victory points are largely, in fact, in the hands of Piwavsky as well. Nicely done. Mine engagement up here. Another mine went off somewhere, I think. Grenade. Another Panther Grenadier bit the dust. Quite a bit of infantry fighting so far from both of them. More Panzer Grenadiers slowly dying. And these riflemen definitely need to consider retreating. They are very low on health. And they might even get cut down on retreat.
Enemy unit down.
Oh, mine goes off and kills a Luftwaffe squad. Oh, that was unfortunate. That's going to hurt Piwavsky a bit. Nice concentration of vehicle right there. Seven command points though, Donbrasco. 7 command points. I don't think that's the best thing to lie floating in with that. Again, you actually gain points slower as you sort of go beyond 3 points.
Enemy unit.
And a squad actually gets cut down to another loss for Piwavsky right there. Armored cars moving in, catching the rifle out in the open, although they are veterans too, so they will be a bit harder to actually hit. Anti-tank and moving up home to do a bit of damage, and another mine goes off. Pulling away a Panzer Grenadier squad. Anti-tank gun up, ambushing the armored cars quite nicely. One down, another loss for Piwavsky, another loss, a considerable one. And tank depot going up, the third armor actually going down for the armor, stopping bothering with the cavalry. And the mortar half-tank definitely needs to get out of there as well. And we see a fresh Luftwaffe squad called in as replacements.
We're losing ground out there.
Ooh, very close to hitting the mortar half-track. And the anti-tank gun simply can't hit. A mine grenade goes off, killing several Luftwaffe troops. Further fighting over here. Oh, awfully clumped up, and some of the riflemen were caught out in the open. Absolutely killed. Again, you know, be mindful of cover. Troops like this, you know, will quickly die, as you saw there. Absolutely shredded in seconds. But tank depot's up. Let's see what it goes for. And another squad could go down for Piwavsky. Forced past veterans, 2 riflemen. And Piwavsky reporting lots of mines. Obviously not enjoying it though. Oh, grenade goes off. I mean, mortar goes off, not a grenade. Though technically, I suppose it is a mortar grenade. Depending on what sort of army. But this mine is very close to going off. And there we go. Bit of a waste of munitions right there. Could even have killed the rifleman if they're not careful. But it looks like he might go for a Sherman. That could actually do quite well against Piwavsky, since he has only an anti-tank half-tank, and that's only going to really slow it down, not stop it.
What are my coordinates?
And there you go, the M4 Sherman on the way. And we see Piwavsky's gone with some heavy flak support. 21st Panzer Division did have its own flak battery, so that one is going up. And he might, of course, be expecting his opponent to go for something heavier, and that is why he's going for this. And it shall certainly make his base a bit of a safe place. Nice focus over there, although we do see Donbrasco trying to surround it, cut off the retreat. Nicely done there. All those bits of suppressive fire quickly stops them. Armored car moves in. So sadly the assault failed a bit. Nice thought though, but we do still see one attempting a grenade. But mortar rounds, armored cars are doing terrible things. He needs to retreat.
Casualties being reported.
And a squad is actually lost, though it looks like to have been only engineers. Another squad rifle moving in, although now the Panthers have expended all their suppressive fire. For the moment. Armored car moves in, and we do see immediately several riflemen falling. And another squad retreating, although again, he does have the Sherman. That's pretty much going to resolve the issue. He could even get another one now. And there we go, nice hit on the armored car. Almost down. Panther is also in trouble.
Observation posts report we are losing a sector.
Check your ammo.
Lots of reinforcement work over there.
Production is now at double time.
Listen up, we're losing them as fast as we're getting them.
I think I hear a cat outside wanting to get in. Not my cat though.
We're losing them as fast as we're getting. Rifles at the ready.
No, he did not go for another Sherman. He's finally going for some part of the tree. And there we go. The Sherman rolls in against the infantry. Should be careful though. The flak could not get it. Must be aware of the flak. And there we go. Oh, Sherman took a nasty hit right there. Down to less than half health. And almost gone right there. So that will quickly have to move away. Unless it fancies total destruction. Armored car swiftly moves out. Luftwaffe troops quickly seize the anti-tank gun while another force moves up there. Might use it to reinforce the flak cannon so it can't just be so easily rushed, which would actually be a considerably nice idea. And there we go. Luftwaffe troops moving that away. While the last man seems to have been left in the center. And there we go. Push in there. Panther is a bit outnumbered, but they might be able to hold out nonetheless. They do have more veterancy. They are the better soldiers. And incendiary grenades galore, turning the lumber field into a, well, burning considerably large campfire. More riflemen moving in, but they're out in the open and they are getting absolutely shredded. And no, one squad is actually veterans, offensive veterancy 3, meaning they're going to be shooting very, very fast and very, very accurately. And we see medics out. We do also see the Sherman out. Barely any health left, which is actually considerably risky. He's also floating about resources. He could get another Sherman. Perhaps he should get another Sherman. And there's only one man from the Luftwaffe there. I might want to get out of there, Heinz. And the Sherman commander's wondering why no one is bothering to repair it. And there we go. Anti-tank position. With an anti-tank half-track even further back. That should be a bit difficult to overmount, of course, except with infantry, since there's no flak failing to, for example, help with any assaulting infantry. Butterfly bombs going down galore to make this rather impassable territory. Still floating resources. Come on, Donbrasco. Let's return to Piwavsky, though. Do see what could be a larger post on the right flank, while the Panzer gun is on the left flank, switching sides, I suppose. Showing still not repairs. There we go. Finally seeing some repairs in action. Actually moving in to deal with the Panzer Grenadiers once more.
One of Germany's victory points.
But again, should be careful. Should be very careful. And artillery going in against the Panzer Grenadiers. Oh, another squad lost. Considerably excessive casualties, but though we see Piwavsky is now getting ready to call in some armor himself. Panthers. Right near there, should be careful. We are seeing mortar rounds going in from the mortar half track. Oh, but they can't hit. And the armor car suffers a damaged engine. More mortar rounds. And these Sub 22 riflemen, if they get close enough, they could get off a sticky bomb. And the flak stops the assault. Nice hit, kills 2 riflemen outright. And instead they lay down some more mines. That's also good. Piwavsky, though, holding on to the central victory point, but he has no control of the other 2. And another Luftwaffe squad sent off to the west. And we do see now 2 Germans out for Donbrasco and the 3rd Armoured. He could get a 3rd. He could also get some tank destroyers out. Though he should be careful, since Piwavsky might get himself some Panthers any moment soon. And that probably should be... Right, not sure what happened there. Flaps all of a sudden cut out, so hopefully you haven't lost too much. Hopefully only a few seconds, by the looks of things. Nice engagement over Germans pushing in against the Luftwaffe troops. Unleashing high explosive death. The Luftwaffe troops clearly not made for that. And the Luftwaffe clearly were outmatched. Do see a move over there. Armored car, Panzer Grenadiers, more mines, lots more mines. Mine goes off on the armored car, damaged engine. We could see sticky bombs, and we do also see the Germans moving out. More riflemen moving in. Second armored car moves in. And there we go, the riflemen pulling back. Some suffering losses. Oh, so close to the mine. And there we go, mine goes off. Oh dear. More riflemen moving in. Catching the armor cat out in the open, and we also seeing the Germans rolling out. Of course, forced to take the wrong route due to the flak 88. And there goes sticky bomb on the armor car. Destroyed engine. Although we also see the riflemen getting destroyed themselves. And there we go. Armor car actually goes out of control. And, ow! No, he just finished repairing it, and the mine, another mine goes off, knocking out the engine again. Sherman though misses. Could this be some sort of insane luck where the armor car escapes? No, another Sherman moves in. Flak fires on the Sherman. They make it behind the building. Shermans can't hit for some reason. And the Luftwaffe squad gets annihilated, and the armor car goes down. Heavy casualties to the 21st Panzer Division and its support units.
Henschel strafing runs
now being repaired, and we do soon see the Panthers on the way, but absolutely horrific casualties. He's down to 3 squads of Panzer Gunners, all highly veteran actually, but still quite uncomfortable. And none too good for Piwavsky in the longer run if he keeps up casualties like these. Though again, the rather heavy mining by Donbrasco is definitely paying off. It's really making it difficult for Piwavsky to move anywhere without suffering. And there we go, Panther battle group arrives. 2 Panthers are rolling out. Medics knocked out. 4 squads of riflemen, and we do see a medic station up there. Flak fires away as well. And another mine goes off. And actually the riflemen make a full retreat in the face of all of this. Another mine goes off, though, killing and wounding more Panzer Grenadiers. Oh my goodness, just so many mines out for Donbrasco, absolutely causing huge damage. Of course, now Donbrasco knows there's Panthers on the way out, and he needs something to stop them. He's going to need a lot more from the tank depot. He's going to need tank destroyers, and he's going to need an up gun for the Shermans to sort of get the most out of them as well in that fight. We also see a machine gun emplacement down here, actually. I hadn't noticed that one. But not necessarily a bad idea. Panthers holding up here, waiting for infantry support. We do see a mortar, and we do see the Panzer gunners ready once more, moving out.
We await your orders.
Tank destroyer out for Donbrasco.
Ready for Commandant. A pleasure.
And note again, I mean, if Donbrasco is pulling off an assault towards here with infantry, and looks like he might be, I mean, Piwavsky won't have anything to stop him. There's no butterfly bombs, there's no flak feelings, there's no infantry, there's nothing at all to really protect all of these anti-tank positions. And he could in fact risk getting completely run off, or even handing over some of the weapons to the Americans, which would be not so good. Though Donbrasco seems to be having some fun here, enjoying the runway lights. And enjoying the Henschel's Panzernackers right there. With their 75mm guns. Mine going down the runway. And we do see some 40 makers actually popping out. FG-42's out. Immediately opening up on some of the riflemen.
With only
And quickly
100
pushing them
points,
off.
The enemy must know he is doomed.
Although attempting to lay down a mine. Sherman's getting repaired. Still no up gun. And nothing more on the way from the tank depot. A shame, Donbrasco, shame. And now we go running into the 30 caliber machine gun emplacement. The Luftwaffe Fallschirmjägers are pushed off. And looks like he might actually go for it. We do see the Panthers rolling in. But against a considerably large infantry assault, they're not going to be able to stop them. And there we go, the riflemen on the move. And grenades against the flak. Anti-tank gun decrewed. Veterans free on one squad of riflemen moving in with Siggy Bomb against the Panthers. He's clearing out the flak, and he's recrewing it with his own men, although he's actually sacrificing his squad in the process. And it almost already gone. Nice hit though on the Panther. And where is the armor? The armor's not moving to support at all. Not really a good coordinated assault there, perhaps even taking more losses than necessary in the process. But there we go. Tank destroyer moving in. Sticky bomb on another Panther. Sherman moves in. Main gun destroyed. Artillery going in as well. And one up. Very interesting position. And Panther is down. Need to pull away the tank destroyer. Need to stop exposing the rear of the Sherman needlessly. Panther though taking heavy damage. Oh! Artillery strike knocks out a Luftwaffe squad which had just arrived. It had just arrived, and it was so short-lived. Tank destroyer though goes down. Panther rolls out of control. And half-track immobilizes one of the Shermans. Half-track though might go down. And there we go. The half-track is lost. Piwavsky has taken quite a beating. He's down to a few squads of Panzer Grenadiers, one Fallschirmjäger squad and a mortar half-track, nothing to stop the Shermans. And in fact, the Shermans could go straight into space and just do more damage. And of course, Piwavsky could hope to basically save up resources and call in another Panther battle group and then overwhelm the few Shermans, particularly the one here which seems to have been forgotten by Donbrasco. Let's return to Donbrasco. Let us see what he tries. Let us see what he goes for. He apparently doesn't have quite enough population to do anything. Otherwise, I would recommend getting some more armor out to prepare for the second wave of Panthers that will inevitably come. Trust me, Panther elite players do not just get one Panther battle group and that one goes poof. They just don't, oh well, never mind then, I'll just go for something else. No, they will keep pushing, and you of course have to keep destroying it. So in this case, I mean, Donbrasco needs more from the tank depot. He needs more tank destroyers, he needs more Shermans, and he needs to upgun the ones he has, so they become more lethal. I mean, he's got a veterancy-free Sherman. I mean, upgun that one, and that's definitely going to have a good chance against the Panzers. Sadly, it does not seem to be forthcoming. You could, of course, also consider getting as a planned upgrade, thus helping overall with infantry veterans, and of course also upkeep costs. Also something that would be a good idea, I think, for Donbrasco. But again, something he doesn't seem to be doing. Instead, he's just floating resources, which is one of the worst things he could be doing when he's really delivered such a blow to Piwavsky. The worst thing you can do is actually float resources instead of pushing that resource advantage further with more armor, more men, more upgrades, more equipment. Instead, he goes for an off-map combat group, which delivers the exact opposite of what's going to stop a Panther battle group. 2 armor cars and an anti-tank gun. I mean, that's not going to stop the Panthers with all what he has left. He needs more armor. He needs more tank destroyers. Otherwise, I mean, the Panthers will roll in and they will destroy everything that Donbrasco has. Well, some of it anyways. Oh, that was poor. He should not... Again, troops are very vulnerable at building stuff, and clearly Donbrasco was not fast enough. Instead, he just lost a veterancy-free squad to Panzer because he was busy laying down mines. And a pretty risky place anyways. So that is actually quite crippling to Donbrasco. He just lost his veterancy-free infantry squad right there. And there we go, the Panthers roll out. Crushing the wreck of one of them. We would actually have gone for a back Panther on that one and recover it. But never mind. Panther here taking heavy damage.
One of our ships
and gone.
Destroyed. The enemy is down to 300 points.
Moving in, trying to steam bomb the Panthers. Greyhound taking a bit of damage. Anti-tank gun doing what they can. Not quite enough. Not quite enough. And back to the fighting. 40 megas holding up here in the center, but again we do see the Panthers in. A bit need repairs, but ultimately, I mean, Mr. Donbrasco has considerably less that could actually stop now a Panther assault. He's got an anti-tank and he's got a Sherman, but that Sherman's not even upgunned. So that could cause him a bit of a problem. We do see some 40 megas trying to push through the mire, through the wreckage, through the craters, and they do get pushed off while the Panthers then try to push through. Panthers, though, heavily damaged. They're not quite pushing in. At least one of them has been. Anti-tank gun, though, will decrewed. Artillery going out, and what is this? The Luftwaffe is arriving. Henschel strafing run almost immediately knocks out the Sherman. Although, of course, one thing to remember, you actually need line of sight to actually be useful. Mega armor card down. Sadly, though, ooh, Sherman is still there, though. And now there is no line of sight, so tragically, there will be no more Henschel. So that's actually a bit of wasted munitions for Piwavsky. I mean, if he'd been able to sneak in some infantry right there, he would have been able to get more out of it. Panther, though, with the damaged engine, rear exposed to the anti-tank gun. That is pretty much as bad as it comes. So not quite good at all, I fear. Not quite good at all. Heavy losses for the infantry, though, trying to push on, and he's actually got quite a few squads in slightly less than good condition. He's got another one reformed, and he's not got another supply upgrade. He should have gotten that earlier. Now he really needs some more armor. He just needs to build a lot of tank destroyers, I think. And of course, no, he goes for another off-map combat group, which again does not quite provide him with what he needs. He gets another armor car, more anti-tank guns, rifle and mortars. I mean, yes, sometimes an alternate cover group can be great, but I mean, when he had that many resources and he knew what was coming, he should have just built more from a tank depot because, well, he had it. He could easily have built it. He did not lack fuel either. He could have gotten several tank destroyers. He could have got upgunned for the Shems. He could have gotten a lot of things. None of it happened. None of it just did not happen, and that's a huge mistake right there by Donbrasco. I mean, that's the sort of thing that can cost you a game.
Ready to roll.
No good at all for him, or for the 3rd Army for that matter. Panthers are getting repaired by another Luftwaffe squad. Though they have kindly asked not to be wasted again, like their previous comrades did.
Put her in gear. Just tell us what you need us to do.
And more artillery from the howitzer,
Squad troops are sniffing around our asses.
firing into the German base. Not quite hitting anything though. Mine hit there. And a bit of other things happening.
Construction finished.
Enemy unit.
Oh, Panzer squad went down. Another loss for Piwavsky. He's just suffering so many. So many.
Casualties being reported.
Not really looking good, although, I mean, we are seeing some returning to Donbrasco, who's now without a Sherman, in fact. That one went down. He's setting up a defensive line here, though. Lots of rifle, anti-tank, and a bit of mortar fire, even. Piwavsky's going to be a trouble pushing in with infantry. He's heavily depleted. He's not got a lot left. He's got a lot of dead men as well, so that's, of course, a bit of a problem for Piwavsky as well. Lots of incendiary grenades getting thrown right into the heavy cover, denying it to the Americans, forcing them away. Of course, if he was able to somehow infiltrate a Voltimega squad behind Donbrasco, he might have a chance to actually dislodge them. Instead, though, we do see Piwavsky pulling back in the face of greater American forces.
The enemy has 100 points and counting down.
Not quite succeeding right there.
Listen up, rifle squad.
Mine down, Minen down. There we go. Armor cars holding up there, but again, they're going to have very little actually to say on the fight. Panther's getting repaired. Voltimega moving up. Probably another Voltimega squad, perhaps? No? But still holding most of the map currently, Donbrasco, but still he could risk losing it if he does not hold on well enough. Mortar rounds falling down. Voltimegas and Panzer Grenadiers advancing through the mire, through the craters, through the wasteland. Should be a bit careful about climbing up, though. He knows there's a mortar out, and one good mortar hit could absolutely devastate him. And there you go, the mortar actually ends up being pushed away. And the howitzer fires, probably right here against the infantry. Nope. Actually, first round seems to fly a bit too far. Not entirely sure what he's hoping to hit, but grenades go off right there. So the Germans actually retreating now through the explosion.
Infantry squad lost.
And an engineer unit actually goes down. That is, in fact, almost the last engineer unit left. There's only one engineer left with a minesweeper. And he's not going to win the war. These Luftwaffe troops should not have been moving out on their own. They should have been more supporting the main assault. And these Panthers, they're rather desperately fight on. He's hoping to delay the victory point drain. Instead, we now see the Panthers being sent in on that mission. Getting rather tense, rather close to the end for Piwavsky. Despite Donbrasco actually having committed rather a grievous tactical and strategic error. And we do see more Voltimegas popping out. A last-ditch attempt to go for the victory point. Panther rolls in, and anti-tank is opening up. There's also a mortar ready. There we go. One armored car down in seconds. Veterancy 2, by the way, for the Panther, giving a machine gunner and lots of defensiveness. Up there, another armored car blown to bits. Anti-tanker getting outflanked. Machine gun back again. Slightly more technical difficulties. I apologise. This time they was just running out of space and they had noticed it in time. But we are back in the fight. Panthers are getting overwhelmed. Anti-tank guns recruit, and there's nothing to support them with. Mine goes off. Damaged engine. More anti-tank guns. This could actually be quite the problem that Piwavsky plays himself in. But at the same time, he's pushing into the centre. He's going in for the victory point. Stopping it at 16 points. Panther goes down. Veteran T2. Panther is lost. Kaput. Anti-tank guns, though, getting recruited. Offensive veterans 1 on the Fallschirmjäger. Mortar rounds going in. Riflemen trying to move up, but they are exposed out in the open. They are easy targets for the more elite troops from the 21st Panzer Division. And there is no more armor to come from Donbrasco by the looks of things. Again, a considerable mistake. Looks like more artillery going in. Not entirely sure what that was supposed to achieve. Fallschirmjäger moving in there to protect that point. More FQ-42s. Panther's moving up. They're clearing out the medic station. Panther getting repaired. Most heroically. This anti-tanker might soon meet an unfortunate end as the Fallschirmjäger's hunted down. Panther getting repaired. All of a sudden, Donbrasco has been cornered inside the base, or at least gathered there. Managed retreated, and looks like a Wirbelwind is actually now all of a sudden out for Piwavsky, adding some considerably heavy firepower that can only really be directed at one squad at a time. The Fallschirmjägers get absolutely overwhelmed. One huge blob. A vast wave of American infantry. Another one gaining veterancy free. And Panther moving in against the machine gun emplacement not far away. And now it's the Panther getting his job to basically hold on. What we do see, and of course the Fallschirmjäger, we do see the Wirbelwind though rolling in, opening up on the riflemen. Core mountain anti-aircraft gun just shattering those riflemen. Another offensive veterancy upgrade for the Fallschirmjäger, and a full retreat from Donbrasco. But why? Wirbelwinds are not meant to stop blobs, not at all. They cannot. That's the more job of a Panther 4. A Wirbelwind is more to lock down one specifically, particularly pesky infantry score, but not a horde. It cannot. Yet right there, Donbrasco ran in front of the Wirbelwind.
We are on the verge of victory. The enemy clutches to only
25 points, and looks like Piwavsky has won this.
has proven its superiority once again.
Now the Howitzer is in a bit of trouble as well. And there we go, decrewed. Fallschirmjäger's Panzer gun is in the center. Rifleman streaming in. 10 points left. 8. Victory point number 3 almost done. Panzer's though getting shredded. Wirbelwind moving away. Artillery being called in. And game over. A loss for the 3rd Armour despite such a great position. They absolutely managed to waste it. He had the opportunity. He had the golden chance. Yet he absolutely threw it away. He should not have gone for off-map combat groups. There's a time for off-map combat groups. There's a time not for doing it. That was definitely not the time. Instead, he wasted an opportunity. He had the resources for it. He should also consider a supply upgrade, but he definitely had the resources for it, yet he did not use it. So instead, he allowed a 2nd Panther battle group to slowly but surely wipe him off the map. That was a considerable mistake. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends? And if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own or provide some feedback in the comments? This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.